And to put the story of Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting INS Vikrant to celebrate Diwali into perspective, we have with us Vice Admiral Shekhar Sinha, retired ex-chief of the Integrated Defence Staff. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. Now, first of all, happy Diwali to you. And what's the message being sent out by Prime Minister Modi spending Diwali with naval personnel on INS Vikrant? He indicated also that INS Vikrant had sent shockwaves across Pakistan.
Well, Lynn, thank you very much for getting me on your program. And namaskar and happy Diwali to you and all your millions of viewers of this television program. It's a very big message, Lynn, because his focus has been on Atmanirbhar, meaning that we want to make everything ourselves, particularly in the defense, what we are going to use. And we are also going to send it to other countries, friendly countries, or on export. So these two things, Vikrant is the first Indian-built aircraft carrier in India, in Indian shipyard. And on that aircraft carrier, there were Indian pilots who were flying the MiG-29, the Navy pilot, and they were naval soldiers. So it is a very firm. He also reminded of Sindhu.
Yes.
And what Vikrant did by blocking the way of Karachi, stopping the entry of any of the ships which were carrying the spare parts and ammunition for the Pakistanis, maybe from China and Turkey, they had to return back. And the entire Pakistani fleet was bottled. There was not one ship which you could have seen outside. So this is a very big message. And then he talked about BrahMos. And it is not by chance, that 2 days prior,
yes,
in Lucknow, the BrahMos missile was, the assembly line was sort of inaugurated. And the first missile actually got a green light from there. So these, if you put them all together, Lynn, it's a message to the world, particularly to our Western neighbor, that don't mess around with us. You can keep making whatever statement you make, but mind you, we are here and we will continue to be here. That's number one. Secondly, the export of our defense equipment to our friendly countries, over a period of 10 years, it has gone 3-4 times. And
yes,
it is some 4,500. Now we are looking at some 20 to 23,000 crores. So this is a very big development because, this is linked to the economy. The government has realized that we don't produce many things. We don't export many things. And therefore, on the high end, it is a defense item manufactured here and they are sold. They are the ones which will fetch money and add to our economy, to our GDP. So entire focus of the Prime Minister and this government has been on this. Now, maritime, just one more line, that because Prime Minister Modi belongs to a maritime state, his understanding of maritime, his understanding of maritime trade and its security, I think is far, far better than any Prime Minister that I have seen.
indeed. And you talk about maritime. How does it reflect India's, maritime priorities in the Indo-Pacific amid, let's say, China's naval assertiveness?
Well, at the moment, the power that we have, the combat power of the Navy for security in the Indian Ocean, and as the Prime Minister mentioned, that every 40 days, either a ship or a submarine will be rolling out for next 3-4 years. No, that's a fat lot. We have almost caught up with the Chinese rate of production.
Right.
So at the moment, the Chinese fleet is not capable of entering into the Indian Ocean because they do not have the air defense. Air defense meaning an aircraft carrier which can provide air cover to their fleet all the time. And that is one big problem. And second thing is, even if they make a base here and operate from there, Lynn, you're far from home. And it makes a lot of difference because those bases become a target for a country like India. So I would think that at the moment and at this production rate, I think we will remain a very big challenge for the Chinese. The problem is not that. The problem is bigger.
Right.
The entire energy line of China is actually almost 75 to 80% is running through Indian Ocean. So they are vulnerable. People say that, a lot of pipelines have been put, but our assessment is, till about 1950, 2050, more than 53% of the Chinese oil will still traverse on the Indian Ocean and they'll be vulnerable to Indian and
Right.
US interdiction.
Now, talking about self-reliance in defense, clearly the Navy seems to have taken, the lead, because largely most of our, infrastructure or naval assets, quite a large number of them are basically, it's a builder's Navy. It's not a buyer's Navy, isn't it?
Absolutely, Ren. We started long back. I must say that our admirals had a lot of far thinking, because at that time the government was not able to buy so many ships. And they decided that no, we'll have to start making our ships on our own country. They went to the government and they said all the shipyard PSU should be, the CMD should be a naval guy. So naval admirals have been running these shipyards for so many years so that they understand what the Navy's requirement is. And we have had our own design bureau. Okay. And the effort on designing and buying design was very expensive. So we had a naval ship design bureau, which is now working overtime, designing submarine, designing nuclear submarine, designing destroyer, frigate, all kinds of ships it is making. So I think that Navy had taken a lead, except for some weapon systems which are going to be again fully indigenous shortly, and the engine. Engine is a problem. Diesel engine we make. The jet engine, as you know, the Safran is going to make a jet engine for the aircraft, and the Kaveri engine is now being thought about putting it in the ships. So I think we are there. It's work in progress, and I think by 2030, once the jet engine is built here, Lynn, yes, I'm telling you, you will see the rate at which the defense production moves very fast.
And Admiral Sinha, Diwali is the biggest cultural festival in India. So does this also showcase India's soft power, that's culture, with the military hard power?
Oh, very right. In fact, I personally believe the soft power is not effective unless it is backed with sufficient hard power. Though a lot of people don't agree to this, but I believe that hard power must be there for your soft power to be effective. If it was not so, then why was India's soft power, which was so strong, was not working with its own neighbors? And now it is working. Because every other country thought in our neighborhood that the military power is with China, soft power is with India, and therefore the money had to be put in Chinese boxes, which is not the case anymore. We are the fourth largest economy. Shortly will become third largest economy. As far as firepower is concerned, we are quite fast and very close to being what the Chinese are. And I think that, and naval power, I would dare to say that we are much stronger than any other resident power in the Indian Ocean lane.
We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Vice Admiral Shekhar Sinha, retired. Thank you for joining us, ex-Chief of Integrated Defence Staff. Thank you for putting that into perspective for us.